What's up, podcaster? It's Ben here from Podcast Bros with a podcast hosting comparison. And today we're comparing Podbean to Captivate. So if you've been debating between these two hosts, this video will help you make the right decision for you and your show. And once you've made your choice, there are links for free trials of either service in the description box and pinned comment. We're going to compare these hosts based on three categories. The first being features, second being price, and third being ease of use to help you make the most informed decision. So let's get right into it. Let's get right into it and start off with features. And this is definitely going to be the longest category because Podbean gives you a ton of features to play with. Podbean's been in the podcast hosting space for over 10 years now, so they are one of the original and trusted names within podcast hosting. They also have their own mobile podcasting app and player with a ton of users. All of Podbean's plans come with podcast stats. All plans also include a podcast website, but something that's specific to Podbean is that they give you full access to change the code to really customize the design of your website. And on that website, on their paid plans, you can actually integrate your own domain. So if you own a domain name for your show or for your business, you can use that on the podcast's website. They also offer custom episode publishing and the ability to schedule episodes to go live at a later date. You can also manage and publish podcast episodes all from your mobile device. Podbean also offers an embeddable podcast player, which makes it very easy to embed specific episodes onto your website. And they also have an integration with MailChimp, which makes it very easy to capture emails to then later use for email marketing. You can also use their mobile app to create your own podcast, and you can edit all the audio and capture all the audio within the app. For podcasters looking to monetize their show, Podbean gives you a ton of ways to do this. They provide a Patreon program, which makes it very easy for you to sign up your listeners as patrons to contribute to your show every single month. You can sell access to your show through subscription, but you can get even deeper than that and charge for specific episodes. They also have an ads marketplace, which makes it very easy to connect with sponsors and get them to run ads on your show. Podbean also gives you the ability to live stream your episodes, and your guest hosts can call in live. And with these live streams, you can even sell tickets to your listeners to grant them access to this live stream. And you also have the ability to receive virtual gifts from your listeners when they're listening to the live stream. Podbean is also one of the few hosts that allows for video podcasts. So if you're looking to incorporate video, Podbean can do that. They also offer a business plan for podcast networks or larger businesses. So regardless of who you are, there's definitely an option for you on Podbean. So those are all of Podbean's core features. And as you can see, they give you a ton to work with. So naturally, they scored very well within this category. We gave them a 9 out of 10 when it comes to features. They give you so much to work with. If you want to do something with your podcast, you probably can with Podbean. So now moving on to pricing. Because Podbean has so many features, they split up the access to these features depending on which tier or which plan you opt for. They do have a completely free option, which gives you 5 hours of total storage and 100 gigabytes of monthly bandwidth. With the free option though, a lot of the cool features that make Podbean so compelling aren't included. So you're probably going to opt for a paid plan. Their paid plans start off very affordable at $9 per month when paid yearly and $14 when paid monthly. And they move up in price depending which features you want access to. If you use the link down below and head over to Podbean's pricing page, you'll see how their different tiers are structured and which features come with which plan. That'll make it very easy for you to see which plan that you have to go for to get the features that you really want. Podbean also scored very well in this category because we love the fact that they have a completely free plan, and even their paid plans are very affordable for the value that you get out of them. And that's why we gave them an 8 out of 10 when it comes to price. So now moving on to ease of use. As mentioned earlier in the features category, there is a ton to work with here. So naturally, those are all things that you're going to have to learn. And some of the more complex features, there's a more of a steeper learning curve to really get the most out of them. So they do give you a ton to work with, but for some people, it may almost be too much and a little overwhelming. They do give you a ton of support, and because Podbean's been around for a long time and they are a very popular host, there is a ton of resources on Podbean's website and on YouTube and blogs, etc. But there is a bit of a learning curve compared to some of the other podcast hosting options, but it is a necessary evil to have all these different features that Podbean gives you. So that definitely shouldn't scare you away because all of their features are very approachable, but naturally they're going to take a little more time to learn because you have so much more to play with. And that's why we scored Podbean an 8 out of 10 when it comes to ease of use, because they give you so many features. They're not the plug and play, very simple solution that some of the other hosts are, but naturally that comes with having all of these advanced features. So they give you a ton to work with, but obviously you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time figuring out how to use them to maximize your use of Podbean. Overall, across all three categories, we scored Podbean a 25 out of a possible 30 points. We are massive fans of Podbean and all that they offer to podcasters. So let's start off with features. As I mentioned before, Captivate is a growth-oriented podcast hosting solution. So what that means is they want to give you every tool possible to help you grow your show. And right on the front page of their website, they have in big, bold letters, the world's only growth-oriented podcast host. So they want to make sure that you know That's what they're about. And the features that they give you to help grow your show are as follows. Firstly, they allow you to have unlimited shows on one plan, and that's regardless of which tier you decide to go with. With that being said, though, they do charge based on monthly downloads, like a few other hosts out there. And their cheapest plan gives you 12,000 monthly downloads per month. And since you're allowed to have numerous shows on one plan, every show that is included and hosted on that plan will also count towards these monthly download numbers. So keep that in mind. All of their plans come with advanced analytics from the get-go, and they do come with an embeddable podcast player for your website as well. And a feature that's quite unique to Captivate is all of their plans allow you to have unlimited team members. So there's no limit to how many people can help you run and operate your shows. They also give you a ton of tools to help you market your show, and a few of those tools include a web player with calls to action built in, single subscription marketing link, email marketing integration, as well as one-click sponsor pitch creation. All of their plans also include transcription support, and another feature that is awesome about Captivate is all of their plans, even the cheapest one, gives you the option to host a private podcast. This is something that more and more people are looking to do every single day for different reasons, and on most other podcast hosting providers, you have to pay for their more expensive tiers to have the option at all. And all of Captivate's plan give you that option. It just varies based on how many people can have access to that private podcast, which depends on how much you pay. All their plans also include a podcast host. So as you can see, Captivate gives you a ton of features, as well as some features that many hosts don't have at all. And for that reason, Captivate scored extremely well in this category with a 9 out of 10 when it comes to features. So moving on to price, as we mentioned before, if you use the link in the description box or the pinned comment, you'll get yourself a free 7-day trial to experiment with the service and see if you like it. But their plans do start slightly on the higher side compared to all the other hosting options out there. But again, they do offer some options that other hosts simply do not. And the fact that you can have unlimited shows on one plan as well as unlimited team managers is something that you should keep in mind. Their cheapest plan starts at $19 per month when you pay monthly, but you can get that down to $17 per month when you do pay yearly. But we think all the features that Captivate gives you warrants that higher entry-level price because you are getting a ton for what you pay for. Especially if you're running multiple shows, Captivate is an awesome option to consider, but you do have to keep in mind that monthly download number. As that goes up, you're gonna have to pay more. So for all those reasons, Captivate scored an 8 out of 10 when it comes to price because you do get a solid amount for what you're paying for. So now moving on to ease of use, Captivate also scored very well in this category. It is very simple, easy to use, and easy to get your show or shows up and running and live across all the different podcast hosting directories. With that being said though, because there are a ton of additional marketing features, to really maximize the use of all of them, it is gonna take a little more time to figure out how to best use them. So because of that, they get an 8 out of 10. They do give you a ton to use. It's fairly easy to use them, but it is gonna take some time and there's gonna be a bit of a learning curve to really maximize all the tools that Captivate gives you. Captivate also provides dedicated support for all of their plans. So they give you all the tools that you need to figure out how to best use all the tools that they give you, but it is gonna take a little bit of time. And because of all that, they get an 8 out of 10 for ease of use. So with that score, Captivate achieved a 25 out of a possible 30 points, speaking to the fact that Captivate is an awesome podcast hosting solution, especially if you're very growth focused, or if you're looking for a few of the features that they have that a lot of other hosts don't offer, or they only offer at their more expensive tiers. So as I mentioned before, there are links for free trials for both Podbean and Captivate in the description box and pinned comment of this video. So go ahead and use one of those links to get yourself a free trial of whatever service is your favorite. And full disclosure, those links are affiliate links. So if you ever end up signing up for a paid plan, the channel will earn a small commission for you doing so at no extra expense to you. So we appreciate the support in advance. And after watching this comparison, I want to hear from you. Are you going to host your show with Podbean or Captivate? Let us know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click the subscribe button to subscribe for more podcast related content to help you run your show like a pro. I'll see you in the next one, and happy podcasting.